Hello there, and welcome back to Cuphead. Now, don't worry, I haven't made another save game kerfuffle that's resulted in me restarting the game. No, I realized as close to the finale as I was, now would be the best time if I wanted to go back and get a P rank for all of those run and guns. And that's exactly what I plan on doing. And as you'll notice from the scorecard, I got a max rank on every stage in which I was capable of doing so. Notice Funfair Fever, as I said last time, or when I went through World 2 rather, I'm pretty sure it is glitched like Treetop Trouble where no matter how good of a time score you get, you're not counted as good by the game's scoring system, cause look at that. A minute and 15 and I got perfect in every other category, and still only a B. But yeah, thankfully you can still get the pacifist ranks, and those are considered to be a tier above A+. So that shouldn't matter too much. Oh, actually, before I get going, another reason I started all the way back here was so that way I could talk to every NPC along the way, because a few of them did have tasks that they wanted me to do, or help that they wanted help with. And from talking to one of them in World 3, I actually did get something which I'll show off as soon as this loading screen is over. And okay, I was about to say, I think this might be one of those interminably long loading screens, but thankfully not. So yeah, the thing I unlocked was a visual filter, two-strip, which actually looks pretty cool. I'm not going to be applying it, I like enjoying the game with its default visuals. But I'll probably be using that to an extent when I'm playing through on the higher difficulties, just so things are a little bit different. I wonder if there's a filter that gets rid of the default film grain effect going on. I certainly wouldn't mind that. While I do like it and it does certainly add to the overall aesthetic, I would also really like to see the visuals of this game completely unclouded by any sort of post-processing. Just the animation laid bare for all to see. Okay, well, Elsa Kettle's got nothing new to say. Fair enough. I didn't think he might, but I figured I'd check just to be safe. I wonder if he'll come into the finale in any way. That'd certainly be interesting. Like, helping out at the last moment to deal with the devil. Yeah, those coins did help out. Thank you, Mr. Apple, with a chunk missing out of his head. Okay, let's try that first run and gun then. Forest Follies. It's the very first stage of the game. It's the easiest the game is ever going to be. If I can't do pacifist here, then I can't do pacifist period. So, obviously, if you're going to be doing pacifist ranks, well, actually, I don't know if I need to get perfect in every other category. I'll assume for the moment that I don't, unless I'm going to continue on, although... Yeah, wow, let's retry that. That was a terrible showing.
You're up.
Okay, starting over. So yeah, obviously, if you're going for the pacifist ranks, since you're not actually going to be killing anything, you want that smoke dash. Wait, what? Oh, that's kind of bullshit game. I dashed to the right, but I guess I didn't tap right quickly enough for it to count, which is... Okay, what is happening here? Did my skills just suddenly disappear again? Because as small as they were, they did exist to an extent, but now they seem to be completely gone. Or is it just, without actually taking out a bunch of the enemies, there's just so much going on the screen that I'm having a tougher time dealing with it. It doesn't help that I'm speeding through, which again, I'm not sure is necessary. I'm pretty sure all I need to do is just not kill anything except for maybe like the big boss at the end. I actually don't know if I can attack them or not. But yeah, I don't think I need to actually get any of the score stuff. It's hard to say. Okay, nope, I have to kill that. That is straight up an invisible wall. So yeah, clearly I'm allowed to kill some things. Alright, well that was probably the worst run of stage 1 that you'll ever see. And hopefully I don't need to repeat that embarrassment. Come on, P-Rank. Alright, so either I wasn't supposed to kill the acorn bomb spawner, and I just need to find another way past him, or in addition to not killing anything, I still need to get perfect in every other category. Okay, no, it's still an A+. What am I supposed to do then? So, at this point, literally the only thing that could be holding me back is me killing that acorn bomb spawner. So, clearly I do have to find a way around him. It's on! The issue is, when I tried to air dash through him, I found, much to my dismay, that he is straight up an invisible wall. You can't get through him without killing him. So I guess I do have to find a quite literal way around him. And I do have an idea as to how I could do that. Actually, a few ideas. Both involving parrying, so let's see if I can get back up to there and figure this stuff out. Although I might die on the way over. Oh dear. Okay, so that's one of my plans laid out. Making use of the super, the fact that... Wait, which super do I have equipped? I'm pretty sure I have invincibility, but... let's find out. Good. Okay, so I actually ended up making use of both of them to achieve that. Come on, just let me get through. So yeah, you have to have one of the mushrooms send one of the pink parryable puffs so you can parry off of it and over the machine. And that's how you get through there. Nice also to have confirmed that invincibility also covers for pit damage. It really is a useful super. And there's that P. Okay, nice, so... Knowing that, oh, that's gonna make some of these run and gun stages so much rougher if I truly can't kill anything. But if I can make good use of invincibility, it should be doable. Before I head to the next stage, let me talk to the NPCs that are abouts. You got nothing new to say? What about Fish Lady down here? I think she was the one that... Wow, I only just realized how cruel she's being fishing for her own kind. The greatest game of all. Fish. Yeah, she's the one who told me about, the mausoleum, I think, or something. I'm only kind of paying attention to the dialogue if you haven't noticed. Alright, there's the other run and gun, there's the aeroplane dude up there, doubt he has anything new for me. Yep, I'm ready for what lies ahead, cause, I've already done it. Even if I'm retreading those tracks once more. I remember this guy talking about King Dice. Like he had a debt to pay to him, so maybe I'll have to come back here after dealing with King Dice. But that'll be for later. For now, oh, this stage that caused me so much trouble. Treetop trouble. Appropriate that. Ooh, with the enemy patterns being what they are, getting through here without killing anything is going to be rough. But I know now for sure that I can take hits. So that is actually one way that a pacifist run is actually a lot more lenient than an A+ run. You do have 2 free hits you can take. And I am probably going to need them with these fly jerks, yeah. Case in point. And once again, Smoke Dash coming in super handy. Just being able to dash through bothersome shit helps so much. Now, I don't think they would require me... Ooh. Do those count as deaths? You know what? That's probably why these wooden platforms are here, isn't it? those totally do count as deaths. Well, let's proceed anyway and see if I get the P rank if I don't actively kill anything myself. So yeah, apparently the end of the stage is here. But how am I going to make my way past him? I just said that they probably wouldn't require you to use invincibility, but given that they don't even give you the hint until World 3, they clearly don't expect you to try for the pacifist runs until then. And by that point, you have picked up, or at least have had the chance to, and you should have, honestly. You will have picked up the second super, which is the invincibility, so I'm thinking perhaps they do expect you to use that. In which case, I'm gonna have to build up my parry meter so I can actually use the super. The unfortunate thing is that that is much easier said than done, because assuming I can't parry the pill bugs, on account of the fact that it does technically kill them, the only parry opportunities I have are these projectiles here. And that also means I still end up needing to deal with the bees buzzing about, avoiding them without actually killing them, while managing to get 5 parries. And of course, that also requires, waiting for the pink projectiles, which, as far as I can tell, there's no way you can actually cause them to, spawn. You just have to wait for them to spawn of their own accord. Maybe there is a way you can manipulate the RNG to get them more often, but if so, it's not been immediately apparent to me. Okay, this actually seems like a decent spot to farm for parries. And since I don't need to worry about my time score, I can just spend all the time in the world here waiting around. Ooh, right, I probably should have tried to avoid killing these dudes. Well, I guess I'll find out for sure now if those count as deaths. They probably do. The game seems like it would definitely be a stickler in regards to that. So let's activate invincibility, and bingo, yep. That's exactly how you're supposed to do that. So let's see if I got that P or not. Getting past that segment without using the leaf dudes is gonna be rough, I can tell you that. Okay, thank goodness, those do not count against you. Huh. Thank you for being lenient there, game. I owe you a dinner. Okay, so that's World 1 Pacifist complete. I was trying to think of something to say there, but my mind just completely blank, so just enjoy the wonderful all aesthetics of this game. Is that an oxymoron, all aesthetics? Oh, and also enjoy frame rate dropping as Flux activates. I always forget to disable that when I record at this time of day. You'd think I'd learn, but nah. Yeah, I still haven't found the missing member of their quartet. Unless they're like hidden off somewhere clever. I don't know where they could possibly be. Oh, let's actually, while I'm here, check out how many deaths I've had. Nice. If you're wondering why I'm saying nice, then get back off of whatever else it is you're watching and look at the screen. And you'll understand. Okay. I kind of want to avoid dying now just to keep that count, but that's not entirely realistic, so I'm not going to try. What was the... yeah, here's the first run and gun. Actually, hold on, let me talk to her again. It sounds like she might be hinting at something. It's the only way they could have beaten me to the rides. Say, maybe you could show me where the shortcut is around here? Yeah, the shortcut is right here. Unless... okay, she wants a shortcut to the rides. So that's the section to the south, isn't it? So let's try talking to her and then pathing down to the rides area. And then pathing upward and see if that triggers anything. Okay, I was kind of hoping she would respond, but I guess not, so I'll just ignore that. Let's see about perfecting the stage.
It's on!
Oh yes, this is the, I forgot which one was the one that I couldn't get the A+ rank on here, and it's this one. God, and I spent so long perfecting myself trying to get that, just to prove to myself that I could, and I guess I kinda did prove it. Even if the game's not recognizing it, I clearly did do well enough to get a perfect rank. I just had a thought. Ooh, am I going to need to use invincibility here? I might. Okay, well, I can eat a hit, so that's fine. Because I'm trying to think of, parry opportunities I've had here. I'm assuming I could... Oh, yeah. I think I just screwed myself over. Oh no, he does not act as an invisible wall. That is a bit odd. Okay, so I might not need to rely on invincibility at all then. I might need it for Mr. Hot Dog at the end, we'll have to see. But I think I might just be able to smoke dash past him. Okay, I made it back here, this time without my super because I made it to here with 1 HP, so I had to use it to get past the shotgun popcorn machine, whatever the hell he was. So let's see if I time it a little bit better if I can do it. I think if I do it from the very max height of the platform with perfect positioning, it's doable. And what do you know? And even though that Mr. Hot Dog technically died just there, I'm pretty sure I got the P rank. I will say I am continually surprised that the game actually allows you to get a P rank just by not killing everything. I was totally expecting them to require you to perfect every other category as well, except for maybe time. Just because of, how unflinchingly difficult the game can be at times. But as I said before, this is one area where the game is surprisingly and very thankfully lenient. Alright, so next run and gunner. Well, let's talk to some NPCs first. Quadratus, the watery being across the aisle. Have I spoke to Quadratus? Generally, people aren't named, so I'm not exactly sure who I'm speaking to ever. Hopefully I don't miss them, they sound like they're important. Well, for now, let's do the next run and gun.
Here goes.
That was a really dumb move.
Here goes.
You'd think I wouldn't be making mistakes like that considering how many times I've gone through the stage, just trying to get an A+ rank. But nope, I still make dumb mistakes. Oh wait, how do I get past you without... unless... Oh, that's clever. You must have to use the smoke dash for some of these things then. I don't see how you could get through that without taking damage with the regular dash. Unless maybe that's why they give you the ability to take damage and still get the P rank, is because without the smoke dash, they do actually expect you to take damage to get past certain bits. Also, wow, this is so much easier. Okay, that's the tricky part about the walls, is you can only actually go through them when they open up their mouths. I wasn't sure, even though that was most likely what was going on, that's why I just tried to dash through. Thankfully, because I did so well up to that point, I had the HP to tank through my failed attempts. And that was the world's quickest P rank, nice. I was starting to think they'd all take a while, but thankfully not. Okay, so that's World 2 P ranked. Time then to move on to World 3, whose name... Ah. Oh wait, is every place Inkwell Isle? I thought that was just the name of World 2, but I guess it's all part of Inkwell Isle. Which does make sense as a naming convention. Kinda wish the different worlds actually had their own names though. I feel like that would add a bit of extra flavor. Alright. So I didn't have too bad of a time in World 2, all things considered. A bit of trouble with the first stage, but the lack of trouble I had with the second stage kind of made up for that. Let's see how World 3 goes.
Now go.
This is the mountain stage, which shouldn't be so bad. As long as I make good use of my smoke dashes, which so far, Yeah, no, I'm just gonna retry that. I'm clearly going to want some HP to tank through some stuff. So let's wait for him to do his attack and then dash through. Yep, that's better timing for things. Ooh yeah. Although, how do I get past you? I guess, like that? Oh yeah, that works out. I actually really like how everything is designed such that you can just barely dash through it, once you realize that killing nothing is a thing you can do. That's actually really clever design. And honestly, it's something that can come in handy on a regular playthrough as well. You can just dash through things rather than trying to kill them specifically, and sometimes it actually does work out better. Boy howdy though, am I wishing I had the ability to kill things here. Not being able to quickly get rid of the mudmen is certainly making things more difficult. It's also killing any parry opportunities I would have otherwise had, so hopefully I don't need to make use of my super. Okay, well that is not how you get past that wall.
You're up.
Okay, made it back here, this time in slightly better shape, so let's see. Yeah, no, that is just a complete stone wall looking at his visuals. Oh, I see what I need to do now that I know he spits out pink ink on occasion. Yep. I'm glad though that actually when you touch the top of his wall that it doesn't hurt you. So no need to take damage there. That is, once again, surprisingly lenient. Alright, so these guys which previously weren't a threat at all are now suddenly a huge pain in the ass. Case in point. Let's see if I can get past this dude. I'm gonna use my super now, as late as possible, and wait for that pink stuff. Okay, now let's see if I can put my money where my mouth is and actually make it through this auto-scroller without having any trouble. I believe in myself. I believe in the me that believes in me. I am not a fan though of how your momentum is reduced by the nature of this being an auto-scroller. Because I always feel like that's gonna screw up my jumps. But it's just something I gotta keep in mind and adjust my movements to account for. The fact that it doesn't really affect the smoke dash at all helps. The distance it moves you is fixed as far as I can tell. Oh, that was close. And that should be it. Oh, thank goodness. I really do not want to have to go through that stage again. And thankfully I don't. Okay, that is one more run and gun, and then it's gonna be it until the finale. I'm excited. Are you? Alright, so I'm trying to think of ahead of time what run and gun it is that I have left. Ah, I remember. It's the C stage one. Thinking about it, it shouldn't be too tough early on. But the very last segment with the squid is going to be a huge pain in the ass. Just because there are so many enemies that you have to avoid. Even when you're keeping them down with a nice mowing pea shooter, it's still pretty difficult to avoid taking damage. So doing that while killing none of them, that is going to be rough. But getting up to there shouldn't be so bad. Really what I should be trying to do is going for parries. So I really should not have missed those opportunities. And I'm probably not going to get enough now to build up my super meter unless I stall, and that's just putting me at too great of a risk. So I'm just going to speed through and see how it goes. But if I can make it up to here with a full super meter, I can make use of my invincibility. And that, along with my 2 pips of health, should be enough to get me through this section now that I think about it. So despite my initial misgivings, while I'm probably not going to make it this run, it really shouldn't be that bad overall. I'm not gonna go for parry attempts with the tentacles, by the way. Just because I tried to go for that before when I was just getting the A+ rank, and it really never worked out.
Now go!
Like, even if I managed the parry, I would often end up taking damage, so it's kinda not worth it. Much like it is not worth it continuing with that run. I really need to make it to that section with as much HP as possible. Actually, I just realized, having said those words, it might do to equip the HP charm. Cause yeah, that should not affect my pacifist ranking at all. Well, I just realized that would have helped so much with the previous stages. Because the fact that it reduces your damage doesn't matter at all when you're not actually killing things. And it gives you 1 free hit for the lesser variant and 2 free hits for the greater variant. So I was kind of making things hard for myself there. Whoops. Oh well, I've realized the error of my ways. So, intriguingly, I clearly haven't picked up enough coins to purchase everything. So, either I missed some coins that are available through some arcane esoteric methods, or there are run and gun stages in the Devil's Casino. Well, I'll find out when I make it there, but for now, I'll be purchasing that twin heart. It's pretty much the best thing I could be using. And as for what I will spend my remaining 4 coins on... I mean, the lava does have good damage, even if I never found much good use for it before. Who knows, maybe it'll turn out to be really useful in the casino. Not going with the chaser though, because something that does less damage but has homing, as much as that reminds me of Alien Soldier, a boss rush game that I absolutely love, I don't think it would be too useful in this game. Alright, somehow made it through that section without taking any damage. As used to it as I am, I still ended up having quite a few close calls, so this is going to be the best time I'll ever have. I can tank 1 hit now. 0 hit. Okay, wow, I just completely botched everything I had earned up to that point. So let's use the invincibility and see if that doesn't help, but yikes, I just handled that so poorly. I'm actually honestly rather embarrassed. Because I know I'm better than that. Like right there, I just definitely weaved my way through several annoying tentacles. And I think I have it. Can you tell I was feeling put upon by the pressure there with my strained voice? Because I could hear it. Okay, and that should be it for my Pacifisting. I'm quite skilled at things ending with fisting. So, I think I might have to talk to that one NPC to actually get the filter, so let's see. Yep. Which NPC was it? Was it the turtle over here? I think it might have been. Indeed, I did find the path of pacifism. Nice bit of alliteration there. And now I can see the world in a new light. A, considerably more... Oh. Okay, well that ruined exactly what I was going for.